position. I'm trying to remember if it was LFO or not, but I mean, it doesn't really matter because we might not get there. That's one of the things. If we get there, well, we'll talk about it when we get there. But if we don't, that means we give the golden ticket to LFO.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think LFO, you know, if they do manage to find this win, they've certainly worked hard for it. You know, they just did get back. I believe, you know, they were over for the RMR, and then prior to that, they were over for ESL Pro League and all these kind of things that are happening right now. So It's been a crazy level of competition. They've been, you know, jet setting, I guess you could say. And with these direct invites into IEM Dallas, they've certainly been warming into it. But regardless, the 2 direct invites are the ones in the grand final. They've been doing great things. Definitely hoping to see more from Order here. But if LFO do win it, they undoubtedly deserve that victory. But we are into Vertigo, and it's straight out mid. Wow. And Licky is going to rip off the opening head. There of you still low. hazr. Oh my god, all 3 over to the hump. And now it's all left on to poor Vexite in a 1 versus 5, and he's been spotted out as well.
I think Order want a redo of that round. Can they get a redo?
Oh my god.
Can they get a redo? This right here, right there, right now, that what just happened there, when I tuned in to the games that were on yesterday, I'm pretty sure that exact thing happened when I tuned in. Team T-side run through mid to try to overwhelm the plateau, and it didn't work. Unless it was our first series that happened in? Brain mush.
No, I don't think it was.
Well,
so anyway,
regardless, that was our big pistol round for LFO, and for hazr, quick taps, and Order, they are 0 for 3 pistols.
Yes, they are, yeah. LFO's been going huge in these pistols. APOC even gets the clear, sees the shoulder, but wants to find the head first. He is farming up the cash. Sterling did steal one away, but now flash out for Jira. Sterling has the line. He's not going to move just yet. Shoulders it. Trying to do some damage, but he'll get his head ripped off in the process. Nicely done there from Sterling. And now with LFO walking away with 2, it is going to be that buy-in from Order. Of course, this map pretty heavily CT-sided at this point in time, of course. So I think LFO starting off with that pistol and looking really, really hot here. If they put the foot down and just apply that pressure continually and don't allow Order to find those couple of breakpoint rounds, you know, the 2, 3, 4 that we did get to see in the previous map, that's where it could be a potential turn of the tides. And if LFO walk away with, 2-0, as I said, like, so deserved, but I don't want it to happen. We need them to have the pressure applied to them by Order to really make them work for this victory. It's a spot overseas.
Yeah, that's very true.
APOC, mate, he wants to make Vexite work for it. Jeez.
A little bit of scrambled eggs in the beginning of this round at the moment. Vexite down to 20 HP, though, in the duel, and that flashbang is going to push Savage's view away, but there's definitely the potential for him to get a quick flank happening if things do continue to transition towards the A site at the moment for Order. As a little bit of utility on the progression merit is going to start to go on through. They're going to be kept at bay by the, I think it was a Molotov that LFO's just thrown and it's just expired. So Order can now start to move their way up through the ramp if they want to, but they've just pulled the pin on that one, Mitch. They're going to B.
Yeah, straight away. And obviously with all that control from Savage on the flank, they have to make it work here. Order has been forced off the line, but he's got a fantastic B-hold. As we know, does only get 1, however. Vexite, despite the low HP, does manage to get a little bit of a wriggle on there as Sterling also equalizes with 1 more. Ustillo certainly ready for this flank from Savage, but unfortunately can't quite connect with the shot, and that makes it very, very dicey. Now you've got the double V. Will it be a W or an L here in this round for Order as they continue to hold? Licky still sort of fairing it out. Does he want to go over the hump? Not just yet. Vexite does manage to spot out Savage, getting a very good positional advantage there as now they drop in. They're looking to run for it. Does find one. Licky, they've got the kid. Now Vexite, he has to go for the ace. It'll be the 1 versus 2 clutch here. Will he spot the toes? He absolutely will. Sterling on the swing. There's one, but he's run out of bullets. Does he have the time? Does he have the time? Oh. No, he doesn't. And Licky even finds the shot as well. The disrespect and the tactical crouching around is LFO's.
2 bullets and 1 left click.
Oh.
If he right clicked it, I think he got the kill.
Yeah, should have. Yeah.
It's one of those things that you don't know. Someone has to slow it down
quite a distance anyway. You know, like he didn't get in quick enough.
Yeah.
For the defusal.
A valiant attempt. Yeah. But LFO, 3rd round on the board, shut down the purchase. It looks a little bit more sloppy now for Order with all these Galils. No change of pace for them either. Getting straight up the ramp. The utility will keep everything at bay. APOC needs to be wary that he doesn't get 1 tap through the smoke. But apart from that, I mean, smooth sailing for LFO at the moment. That is certain. You've got the AWP out for Sterling. All the util. Vexite's pushing up though at the moment. Oh, he's seen Licky. What does he have to be able to flush him out? A molly, but no teammates to assist.
Sterling is looking like he wants to find the fight here, but Vexite's so nicely tucked. I don't think they're going to look.
Yeah. Well, Savage.
If he gets this positioning. Savage does 5-1. No, Vexite. That summarizes this game right now. Valiance is going to be felled as well. This is. Oh, Order. What has happened, my friends?
They've slipped on the soap, it feels like at the moment. You know, they're getting in with the right plan. We're going to make this a clean round, you know, clean ourselves up, look fine and dandy, and they're falling over.
Ooh, do you know what this reminds me of a little bit? This reminds me a little bit of Aftershock versus Renegades. Like, Renegades were kind of there, and you could see that they had the fundamentals, but it was just so shaky, right? They just didn't look confident. They didn't look like they were themselves, and they were just getting decimated by a more confident opponent, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Do you think, just as we got the pistols happening here for Order, that game for Aftershock, like coming up against Renegades as that 5, is just experience in itself that they kind of had no expectations on that game and could explore new things?
Yeah, a little bit of both. You know, it's confidence at the exact same time. Being happy to just say, look, we're the better team here, and we've seen that happen in the past for some of these teams. You know, at the end of the day, Renegades are mortal, right? They're not, you know, some all-foreseeing eye that can't be felled. They still are a team that has to, you know, deal with an L here and there. And now you're still trying to give some more. Vexite does get one, but yeah, it's very much
the scary
feeling
thing,
like a little bit of a one-man army for Vexite at this point in time.
Well, the scary thing is this round is kind of doable for him if LFO give him Savage and APOC at the moment, so he needs to be kind of careful. And when I say here, I mean, that's exactly. This is what I mean, Mitchell. This is what I mean. He's got the collateral. hazr was dinked.
Reposition. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Just give it to him at that point. I think he deserves it. I think he deserves it. That's a bit of a bumble for LFO, but they...
I think that's potentially my first Tech 9 collateral that I've seen. I've seen a USP one once. Jeez, my word, that was nuts. Like, exactly right. That's almost around, and we're just talking about Vexite being the one-man army, right?
Well, I say it's doable, and then... Yep. Oh, my. A pause for Order. Thought it would have been LFO calling it with what happened there.
No, they called it for us.
Yeah, no, exactly. They realized.
We're recovering on that.
Well, I think we needed one called. I mixed my words. In the last map, as well, in the couple of rounds that were like what was happening. Or was it last series now? Might have been last series.
Okay, so a pause for thought again. We need to see something from Order that will show us that they've got what it takes not only to win out this series, but to make it happen. You know, they had a big victory over LFO yesterday. They managed to get the job done 2-1. That was after a, you know, tough series earlier in the day as well against Aftershock. So there is work that can be done. You know, we know that Order has big things in store for us, but yet to see any of the real, you know, solid activations. Like Gyro went huge, but unfortunately couldn't quite get it done. However, on the other side of this flash, on the other side of the ramp, nothing's happened somehow. They're up so close. They're at the bottom of the stand.
Oh, no.
Sterling does miss one. Vexite does get it, but APOC is there with the trade to double up for him. Gyro, though, will find the response. So it's back to a 3-on-3 on this side.
Savage has a lot of utility that he can hold and use for a retake if possible as well. So necessarily LFO, they choose to go for a cheeky boost or get flashed in. I think they might opt to do that boost, but the flames will keep them from doing it at the moment. And Savage, if he plays anti-flash and has one of those go in for him, it might be quite big, but it's going to be Licky first point of contact, or is it? Oh, what are they actually doing here? The three of them going together to get in front of Gyro as well. He's none the wiser. And now the remaining two boys over the T's are in the side hole. Take away Ustillo, and you've just got Valiance with the AWP. There's the first one, but is there the second? There is! Oh! One shot is what he will need to get them on the round, to get them on the board, and, well, now he knows where Licky is.
Yeah, absolutely. Straight on towards that B site. That'll allow him enough time for the plant and for the reposition as well. But the question is, where does he go? Default plant looks like the ramp might be the best choice. So he does at least clear towards this flank position. It is going to be Licky making his way through mid, knowing that there's a potential fight that could have been had in CT, but it won't happen. Falling back towards that ramp now. All he's got to do is just be patient. Just wait for that tap. Maybe go for the pixel on the shot. But here's the footsteps. Licky moving up now. Does get the scope in. And there we go. Valiance with the 1 versus 3. What a shot onto Savage. And finally, we see a run on the board for Order.
You always got to be careful in those 1 versus 3s. You can't be affording to give him just one after another of opportunities. You know, even though that second frag that Valiance found there was the quick scope, it's still a 1 versus 3 where LFO peaked one at a time. So they have to be vigilant moving forward from now on that they don't let him have that again. And actually, Mitchell, all of the damage that Order has been doing on those first 5 rounds, and you make it 6 now, LFO are in with a save because they don't have the full money for a purchase.
Great shot though from Savage, who's been doing bits. You still has got to be careful. Does reposition accordingly, goes down the ladder by choice. Vexite finds another, so at least they're doing good things here, still doing their due diligence, clearing out the back of the site as they need to do. But Order look like they have much more space in this round, with LFO going so dry on the purchase. Gyro hears a lot of footsteps here, will find Sterling, should find Savage, and it's all left on to hazr, who's inside the smoke in this 1 versus 4. So nice clean round coming out, and Gyro will pick up 3 in the round. Nicely done on the ecos. And ultimately, it's a 2nd round for Order.
Yeah, we've got James Bond in the server as well, unfortunately, is something that I've just noticed, and I'll point out for the newest addition to the Order roster. Oh, it's not actually James Bond, so he's got a pass. He's got a handshake in there. He's got a handshake.
Well, the craziest thing is, right, like, so literally map number 2. There's ANZ champs. Tux drops 30 against Renegades. In his, pretty sure his first series back. It might have been 2nd, I could be wrong, but it was one of the first series, and it's like, okay, Tux is back, baby.
2nd series, because in the 2nd Swiss they met, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good damage.
Yeah.
Big nade, Vexite gone.
Oh.
Good trade as well, but there's another. So chaos already ensuing here. But Valiant's still alive. Tux looking to find something outside mid. Will there be a boost over the top? Yes, there will. But hazr, he spotted it. That's the only thing. The timing is slow. But at least you still manages to find it. So we are back into a 3-on-3.
Yeah. For Order. Lots of time to be able to settle down and breathe now as well. LFO starting to regroup because you know that these situations aren't ever so favorable for the CTs. And they're going to go for a little bit of an adventure at the moment. If they go down that ladder, they could potentially find a quick little flank onto Order if they go up that ramp of A. And there's actually no one on the A site currently for LFO. Sterling's got that AWP posted over towards the B stairs. So this flank is going to have to be everything for LFO. And Order, no one's watching for it. No one's watching for it.
One. No way, no doubt. Such a quick walk down. This is what I mean, right? When APOC is feeling confident that he can just walk up behind you and smack you on the back of the head, that's GG, basically, right? Like, not GG in this map, just GG in general. Order just don't seem to be kind of switched on to that fact, right? You know, and clearly in a position where APOC feels that confidence. Like, when he's not punished, like, it just reminds me so much of Dust 2. He does it all the time, and only do you see teams get the victory on that when they're aware, when they punish it, when they send him back to his cave. Yeah.
So pause called for LFO. A bit of time to get all the thoughts together as well. You know, it's still not the greatest economy scenario for the CTs on the back of these rounds that they've been able to win. And I mean, I guess you'd say the same over towards Order. However, for LFO, you know, they are taking the lead. So if they drop, you know, a round or two here, it's the chance for Order to start to really get back onto this T side, to really start to activate and show us, you know, I guess why they picked into this map instead of picking on one of the other ones that were still available. Like Nuke, for example. As it was Mirage and Inferno banned out first. Even Dust 2, you know.
So many runs against each other. Only a small amount of maps they're confident on facing off. But in the end, we have seen 5 in total between these two teams. We might if we get Ancient. Molly misses. That's really, really rough. Not needing the utility at all. That's another smoke that they can hold on to.
Didn't even see like APOC was wanting to pull out his own smoke. Just had the sixth sense that, oh yeah, their Molly's missing. Yeah, it's going to send in
Now
another
they get it
one.
down.
Yeah, and he's going to smoke it out himself as well. So here comes in the fight. Licky for the flashbang. It's a bit of a team blame, but he still manages to win the duel regardless. Lots of time still to play with. Order don't necessarily need to commit here, but they know that they've got a couple of these players locked in, and they just can't quite wrestle them.
Yeah, good damage dealt by Vexite, but still now Apok can actually get on top of these sandbags and spotting out some more info. Another molly that he has to deal with, but he walks away with one. Vexite with the cheeky fadeaway. Licky now back on towards the site. 50 seconds left. They're just still looking so hesitant, so cautious. Ustilo does hear a footstep over towards elevator, but he's still got so much ground he actually needs to make up. Sterling does find Vexite completely blind, and hazr, whilst he is felled by the hands of Ustilo, there's still so much work Tux needs to do.
He's gone through the flames.
His teammate's gone. Yeah, there's just nothing at all. Tux has to pull off the unthinkable in a 1-on-3, but poor man hasn't even got a run on the board.
Yeah, imagine
this
that.
Is not the Tux we know.
Savage is just a beast. He's just walked through the flames knowing that the call is, I've dinked him.
Yeah.
What a weapon, man. Like, that's just the thing right now. LFO are doing everything that they require, essentially, to win out these rounds. And Order, whilst they're giving it their best, it almost feels like a couple of those normal checkboxes that you should be ticking off are not being ticked off.
Jeez, man. All these pauses, so much time to sort of set to the side and think it's going to be an eco. Another one where Order basically just need to sort of keep themselves composed, really, I guess. You know, the money is still not great for LFO. Like, it's so close to being broken. But it's just such a rough one, again, for Order. Well, they just haven't been able to find their footing in the entirety of this series so far, really. Savage has been taken away at least, and now they are going to be jumping over the hump, but it's just going to be a little bit too easy, unfortunately.
Oh, it's the pistol round again.
Savage, yeah, correct. Gyra now. Last in CT. Felled by Licky. LFO, they went out the half. And again, the only saving grace is the fact that this map is CT-sided.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with you on that one. My only sort of question is now, this is the stage that we got to in the last map when Order started to come back. Granted, it was a CT side. But are we going to see that now? Or are we essentially riding off Order's T side?
Oh,
and it has
rounds,
to be their
know?
CT.
Give me 5 rounds, Order, and then I can start being a believer. Then I can start thinking we might get down. This time they're just going to go straight through the
that's
land.
yucky.
No, it's scrappy. It's very, very scrappy. Vexite taken very low. Tuck's not exactly, you know, healthy either. But you know what he has, Dion? He's got a kill. A run on the board.
Indeed.
That's the confidence breaker. Ustilo absolutely ready for Savage there. And a change in pace, a shift in dynamic. Order. 2 versus 4 now. And they're so split as well. Sterling does have the big green in hand. He is making his way over towards this B site. Not going to be anyone going over towards Hump. However, though, as Ustilo has actually gone back to join the boys. So Sterling should know. If he sets himself up nicely here, utility up, molly towards site, and it's going to isolate him a little bit, but he's got the line here. Actually going to go up close, try to fight him nice and personally. There's one, though. Sterling can reposition, jumping up towards the top onto the side of the pallets, but looking through, looking forward. Another smoke goes down to isolate continually. It's just so spicy. Hold on to the collar. Bomb will be planted in this 3-on-2.
Yeah, there's a smoke for Sterling to be able to play with. He could potentially bounce it off the girder and ricochet it to go where he wants on the site. However, with an AWP on the B site, it's not the greatest weapon that you want to go in for a retake with. You'd almost have to get the no-scope. I think he just did see the barrel of Vexite, so an idea at least for the moment. Now peeled away. Time ticking away, half time on that clock to still go for. And they are starting to clear out these corners, but Vexite on this line. The flash is good. The smoke is way too deep to cover off the bomb. And Licky just has to go for the save.
Yeah, got to get out of there. They've still got decent money, so they're not going to be too worried. Sterling obviously will have his AWP reinvested. But that's a much better round, much better result there from Order. And it's, yeah, off the back of Tux, finally finding his feet.
Yeah.
So maybe that shift in pace. As I said, all I wanted was 5, and now we've got 3. So a little over halfway there. 2 more would make this game much, much more competitive. 10-5 half probably somewhat more expected, but there is still more opportunity. You know, 7-8 is not too far away. If they break this economy, Order all of a sudden make this series competitive. They make this game shown that, you know, there's a reason why they were the top seed into this grand final.
You're still out. Gonna be setting up some utility from in the ladder room as well. And we know that Savage is... We can duck under this and find it. Duck under it, Savage!
Nah, he's in.
Oh!
Movement!
And he's still...
Savage has been baited.
Yeah, I don't know how
Well
like
played there from Ustillo. That was nicely done. Now Vexite through, tucks onto another. Here you go. Order, where have you been? You're late, my friends.
Fashionably late to the party.
Exactly right. The party started at 6. It's now 9:30. Drinks tab's almost cleared. However, hazr does at least manage to find one, whether or not they're actually overly keen. Let's hear the footsteps of the rotation start to go away, and there's that dynamic duo, but Valiance on the hump, and he will find it. So it's all unfortunately left on the hazr, and I don't think this is one he's going to be keen for at all. Save, important, but regardless, look at the cash. All down. This should be Order's 5th. This is secured right now.
Yeah, this is kind of the position where it is Vexite, go play lurk and go find kill. hazr gonna get the AWP. I wonder if he's within an earshot. He certainly is a lot closer for Vexite to swing around. And
done.
Yeah, see you later.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Still an AWP for Valiance, so they don't need to collect that one at all. But there we go, Order with 4. Now LFO on an eco. I'm absolutely sure of it. Yes, 2.5k around on these players. So all of a sudden, as I say, I don't want to get too excited. Similar thing happened in the previous map, albeit on that CT side, where LFO had a sterling start, pardon the pun, and Order was able to sort of fight back. But then as we swapped halves, there was just nothing in the tank for Order. But this time, T side forcing forward. Maybe there's something that we can work with.
I need to be told what the magic of the dualies are. Because they're out again.
Maybe they'll make it happen. Savage this time.
2 guns better than 1. It's just one of these rounds where we wait a little bit. We see if APOC can get a Zeus kill as well. Oh, yep. That's a shot from the boost and Tetris at the same time. Vexite's just playing lurk here. So while the rest of his team the other side of the map, he's trying to draw forces here for LFO. Have a bit of a shooting gallery as well.
Damage has been dealt though. Vexite tuck still rather low. Not exactly a position you want to be in. Damage though from Ustillo, able to fell hazr. But again, regardless, you're not going to get overly excited here.
Did he shoot the gun off the map?
Off the map, I think potentially.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, goodbye.
And he dropped his pistol
That's
too.
rough. Yeah, that is rough.
He dropped his
pistol.
pistol.
All they can hope for is the Zeus kill. There you go. Okay, he's got a USP. It's fine.
That's
It
pretty
was dropped
funny.
in spawn. It's all good.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, good. And it, just again, another good round from Order. Solid. Only an eco that they have to face off against, but only losing the one member in Vexite ain't bad. Ustillo wants to hold it down. He'll go down if he doesn't run away from this bomb, though, but he's looking to do some more damage. Just wants the frag.
He's
not
fine.
super stressed. He's going to live. He's all good. There we go. So Sterling will live as well, but only saving on the Deagle, which unfortunately can't go up against his AWP. $50 off.
Alrighty, so there's the 2 that you mentioned for Order, Mitch. So is this now a case of Order are late bloomers in toward a half? Is it 2 more for them to make it 8-7?
Lots to think about. It's percolating right now.
Almost gets like the feeling that LFO are having a little bit of the silence issue again, and maybe they do need to make it a 9-6 at least. They're going for this aggression down A ramp once more. It's only APOC at the moment, and Order are trying to get a boost to see over it. I think Vexite's going to be able to see this one.
Did they see him?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think they did. Okay, there's a leg shot. Now they've heard him. Now Vexite should know. APOC gets out. And he lives. He lives. That's okay. Not bad at all.
Yeah, but look at the
Sterling,
damage.
though, very low. Yeah, they've just absolutely been whittled down. Rough position to be in here. Tucks. Oh, again, still having a bit of a rough game, but look, you know, when the team's lifting, team's picking up, they will go to the Fed CT side shortly. Vexite, who's definitely been leading the charge for this roster of Order, looking very, very nice. Savage still holding on to that mid position. Ustilo did manage to catch him a couple of rounds ago. This time it's been a different position though. However, Gyra, 6th Sense finds hazr, and it's the advantage going the way of Order.
Yeah, but waltzing over toward the A site, you're going to have to contend with Licky and Sterling a little bit of this utility to work with, but it needs to be these A1Ss just absolutely lasering Order. It feels like to win this round, 30 seconds. Licky can technically use that incendiary if you can get it off, and Order do use their smokes. It's going to be a big duel for him to win now. However, and he's seen Ustilo. He can find Valiance first and then go back for the frag onto Ustilo, but he's lost his teammates right now. The timing is trying to get it. Ustilo was throwing utility, my sir, and now Licky didn't swing, realizing that he's heard the jump. He's seen the flash be thrown, and Savage loses his life as well. Gotta be keen-eyed on a couple of these things, unfortunately, but for Order, that is a well-fought-for round.
Are you a believer?
If I try.
Crazy. What a turn of events, you know, the way that Order was looking, it was just so scrappy, it was so inconsistent, but now, you know, they've managed to find the glue, and it's in the form of Vexite. Valiance has had a few nasty shots as well, and obviously going onto that CT side, the AWP will be super impactful. But the final buy of the half, not looking super crash hot for LFO. They've got the lead in the half at a very least with a map advantage. However, that is not going to secure them the spot in Dallas just yet. Tux looking for something, spots out Sterling. There we go, back on the board. Tux is here. 4 kills now. 2 in the round. And there's a third, just as he needs him. You can never count old Tux out. Vexite looking for the lurk as well, has a spotted. And look, as much as Savage is an incredible player, I don't think he's got a 1v5 in him. And now with that information gathered, Tux goes down. Savage will recover the AK, but he's got no kit. I think he's hunting for one potentially, but Ustilo knows exactly where he is. A little shaky, but that's okay. Round is done, half secured, and we'll find out what the map score will be after this break, hey? See you soon. And we have an absolutely brilliant series on our hand right now. It was a little bit dominant from LFO on the previous map of Overpass, but now where we're here, it is a little bit of a comeback. Finally, Order showing their teeth, baring their fangs as they move up to a 7-8 half on their map selection of Vertigo. Now move on to the favored CT half. Konkmoto run it through. Potentially a map win here for LFO. That'll mean a qualification spot to Dallas, but Order, who did manage to find their way in, of course, in a 2-1 series to this grand final yesterday against LFO. Do they have what it takes to bring it to map 3?
Well, we definitely need to see a stampede affair from LFO on this T side. They are currently, 3-0 in the pistol mark, looking for their 4th. So we will definitely have to wait and see if they are able to convert it. Savage with the utility in possession, but it's going to be Valiance for the first point of contact with Gyra.
She goes out. That actually could do a whole lot of damage. Beautiful stuff there from Valiance. Vexite, though, will be the one to open up with 1, with 2. There we go. Savage all the way down into a 1-on-5, and he's got no Kevlar to work with. He does get another frag, which is a little bit worrying. Tux falling away. Here's the audio cue. Does get the crossfire, but Tux has got to be careful. Still a dangerous fight to be taking. 4 bullets. Savage needs to reload, and he will find it. Still has time to make it work, but again, he has to try and break this into down 3 1v1s. Spots in, great shot. Savage looking good. You almost would have willed him to win that one, but Valiance to close.
Is it just me?
With a pistol.
Is it just me, or do you not like the scaffold pistol play either? Because it's the pistol play on this map that seems to be the most common, and I just don't like it.
Yeah, look. Little from column A, little from column B. It works, but, you know, if you're set up and ready, it can be so hard to break the rotate. But, irrespective. It's a force back in. Savage, only with the Glock. It's obviously dropped over the AK for hazr to make this round a little bit more competitive for them. And also, can we talk about...
Yeah, I know. I just saw it as well. Yeah.
Do we see that?
Yep.
C9 to pick up players.
Damn.
Pretty damn cool.
Okay. hazr with the AK. Not leading the pack in this one. But as Ustillo to contend with at the B site. You also do have Gyro here as well with an MP9 playing a little bit distanced. So... well placed incendiary. Might be able to just segregate the LFO boys. Ustillo in the prime position to try and deny Licky's boost here. Oh, but the timing as he's propped up his head. He's seen it now. And the spam should be able to find it. But no, he's been saved by the teammates. And now it's LFO's go time in towards B.
Trying to hold it down as best as they can. Gyra will be the immovable force to try and deny it. But all this utility going down, making it so scary. There's hazr to rip apart one. Good damage from Gyra. Will he be able to pick up the second on the Licky? No, not quite. So awkward, so dicey. But now Vexite 1 and 2. It's actually Tux to pick up. But it's 1 versus 2 for Vexite now. So awkward, so uncomfortable. But he does manage to do it. Does manage to get it. Has the smoke, has the kit. Should be able to get it down. Savage, it's so awkward for him. I'll spot out the head. He can just stick onto this surely if he hits the shot. But Vexite faking it, trying to sell it. Does get the info now. Is he just on it?
Yep.
Yep, done. Locked it in. Very nicely done in the end from LFO to actually be able to find that. Like, good damage. Obviously, forced in. Not going to have a full buy here. But it's a potential prospect where they actually might start to think about, do we go for the Galils? They've managed to break the economy completely of order by making them reinvest. So I think they're going to. They're making the decisions here for sure right now. There you go. Full investment in.
It was really nice, actually, from Order in that round as well, to just get up in the face of LFO when the bomb plant went down, because they've got, you know, they're caught off guard, right, essentially. They've got no positions to be able to fall back towards except for Savage, who once Vexite had made a mockery out of his teammates, he just easily gets on that defuse because Savage doesn't run up. Regardless, it's a new round. Order have the lead now, and Licky has the first opening frag. It is unanswered. Only 52 points of damage in the challenge.
Yep. It's a good player to be finding as well. You know, Vexite has obviously had a electric map so far, 21 and 12. No one really sort of following suit at all in his stance. And now you're still getting hungry. APOC is on the line, but I don't think he's going to go too far on it. Gyra, some high, some low, locking down the positioning. So still very split up, the Order defenses. Does look like they've got their sights set on this A position, LFO. Making a little bit of sound up towards the ramp, but not getting over aggressive just yet. Still yet to make their mind up about where they want to take this round.
You still owe.
They might walk straight into this.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit dastardly. They've not revealed that they're doing this little cheeky tower boost with the floor between them being the impenetrable stairs. However, APOC has just absolutely Chad peeked that one. Savage onto Ustillo as well. And now it's Valiance for the challenge for the hold of the B side. He's good for one. It's traded out. Now it's Tux, who is rotating over towards B. But you break down that door. And LFO, well, they're not answering. Oh,
yeah, 30 seconds. Oh, they've made the decision to go A.
Yeah, Licky will cut him off too.
Last minute. Yeah, for sure. Should be able to find it nice and easily. Yep, there's the call. Well done. They've got the time. Definitely tight, but regardless, that's a good result from them to find. Site secured. And realistically, Tux is probably just thinking about a save. I mean, damage is always good. Actually, no, damage is really good.
You know what's interesting, Mitch?
Yeah?
This is the point in the game where it's kind of like, in these rounds, it's better that Order won the previous round now that they've won this because there's no purchase of Order coming forward. Had it been the other way around and LFO did win the previous, it would have been the eco and then there would have been the gun round. So it's like almost a little bit better, but it's still a round for Order, like, and they can take out this M4 for it. So it's one of those weird sort of states now where we're definitely in that moment of both teams are resettable within one. It makes crucial decisions all the more important.
Yeah. Well, again, you know, just LFO's understanding of the economy, being able to force in with those Galils, with the AK, and closing out a very, very early round in this T side. You know, 9-9 now the scoreline. Realistically, we should be seeing LFO find 10, maybe 11. Depending on what the buy is actually going to be looking like. I don't think Order want to invest. They are actually going to. Yeah, pretty much all the way down to the wire as well. Valiance is going to hold it. So basically, Order have made the decision. It's like, okay, if we're going down for a coupler, but then we're coming back super strong with a full buy into what will probably be the 21st round.
Yeah, so an opening pick for Order at this current point in time would be more... what's the real word I'm looking for? That's required. I'm just going to go with. An opening pick from Order is almost required for them to try to have it in this round. Unless LFO just completely step over their own feet. That's a missed smoke.
Whoa.
Not a CSGO. The flames weren't there.
Yeah, bounce.
But almost kind of works. It's landed on the stairs to block vision.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tilla's up close too, so this is such a rough one. Yeah, there you go. You can't be doing that at this time in the round. Hazard finds an opening. And unfortunately for you, Stillo, yeah, giving that space is going to make it very uncomfortable. It's going to be on to Tux to hope to find something with his saved weapon. Gyre up, flash over the top. He wants to fight. He wants to take it. Oh, geez, the timing just was a little tiny bit off. And it doesn't quite make it through. Tux, where is he going to be? Still just standing still. All the way over towards the side lane. They know the bomb's being planted. I think he just wants to take that into the next round again.
Yeah,
Don't blame him at all. Yeah, he's just staying completely still.
So, all right.
Just has to wait it out.
The venture was here, but we found a couple of snakes along our path and had to turn tail and run. And Savage is going for a little bit of an exit hunt. So you got to be careful at this point in time. If you do lose a player for LFO on this hunt, must have the trade there. The money isn't really built up for LFO either. And Tux, I mean, he'll find one and probably just run up that ramp. There's one. Oh, looking for the second. Weird. He'll win. Okay.
Yeah,
so
not bad.
some extra cash for the frags. Holds the util, holds the gun. Some damage to Licky and Savage, keeping the money relatively honest for LFO. As the T's do take the lead once more. This is what we're saying. You just don't want to see Order purchase here. You want to just leave Tux to do whatever he wants to make sure you've got a purchase in the next round. Can't be affording to just force up again.
So with that lead established, is it going to be LFO really making their mark, cementing this lead, dragging it forward, or is Order going to wake up into the next? Continue strong. Again, as we mentioned, right, yet to pick up that AWP. Their buy is going to be solid into the 21st. They'll have their M4s. They'll have their utility. It'll all be pretty happy. And now Tux looking for that cheeky boost over towards the side lane, just onto the other side of the scaffolding, but no one really showing it up just yet. Licky does move in, gets the info. Time to get out. Time to get off that boost. And unfortunately, the only other position here is given the fact that even if Tux does find something with the M4, no Kevlar to back up any additional picked up rifles.
Yeah, and it's also the point that there's no utility for Order. That single smoke was Tux's one, real piece of utility. Yeah, he's got an incendiary and a HE grenade here, but as long as LFO are kind of spreading out just a bit, it shouldn't be doing too much. They can even, extinguish those flames. So I want to see LFO give themselves enough time on this clock that they don't get, just undermined by Tux's single saved gun because of a time factor. So with 40 seconds to go, they need to get in towards this site. The full utility execute as well. All of those suppressed pistols and that A1S are most likely going to start spraying through the smokes. And if you are these USP players, just run through them. Cause carnage. Yeah. Cause chaos. Just do it.
Make it happen. 30 seconds. It is time. Molotovs, the utilities. It's excellent to come out from LFO. Now with that bomb being planted, still definitely doesn't look like anything's really happening so far. Or a little bit of a tap through the smoke there onto Hazard. Licky not exactly in a fantastic position. They weren't ready for Tux on that boost either. So there still could be some damage dealt in this round. Side hole still occupied though, and Licky still watching up towards the site. Good flash, good timing. Valiance now goes in. Licky should be able to clear them up, but Gyra does find one more. However, they will line up, and that will be all left on to Vexite, who probably wants to try and save that M4. Are they going to hunt for him?
Man, this M4 is made of gold right now. Like,
apparently so.
They just want to hold on to it time and time again. Like, it's survived how many rounds? Oh, okay. It's the golden coil skin, no wonder.
Yeah, and it's Vexite's skin as well, so he's done well to actually get it back into his hands. But that's huge, right? That one extra rifle to allow, the full kit of utility, take it through into the next. The kits as well, of course. Everything that is needed now can be purchased up by Order. So This is their first really, really solid chance
Which
you know,
is
after
so
having such a
weird.
scrappy second round, it's just their money has only just now recovered.
You think about it, 6 rounds to get out your first proper purchase.
Yeah.
Oh, no, 5 rounds. 5 rounds?
Into the 6th. That's where we go now.
Yeah, into the 6th, yeah. So 5 rounds. I'm not losing my marbles. They're just rolling around on the floor. I still got vision of them.
So having a bit of a look here, old Sterling, over the top of the smoke. Nothing spotted.
Oh. Oh.
Oh. Scalp.
Yeah.
Just to be shown, almost looking for a haircut.
Tickled
but not
those
quite.
hairs.
Yeah. Now what's the reposition going to look like? Does he fire the warning shot? It's going to be Vexite to close. Valiance burning very, very heavily. The walk-in from Gyro, though, it's good. This is a much better performance so far out of order, but as I say that, Sterling is going to be able to find one for his troubles. Back to a 3-on-4.
Yeah, and Usilo just holding down B by himself as well. Apoc is trying to bring some more CTs over towards this location and allow for a bit of easier progression up through the A ramp, which I think Vexite did just spot out Licky as well. So for right now, information is still kind of solidified for order. 40 seconds to go for LFO to get in towards this A site. And as everyone's grouped up, the bomb has been dropped. And this is orders rounds to lose from here on out.
There he is, Tux. The man who is on the journey back. Getting things done. Apoc looking for a frag, but Tux will find another. His hold on this CT side has been much more resilient. Sterling just looking to take that AWP into the next round now as well. So 4 alive, huge result here for Order. Can finally start to stack up their economy nicely. As Vexite can drop over for Valiance, or actually rather Tux. Valiance to get the AWP back into his hands. And potentially they even look to run this double AWP later on. We'll have to see. Vexite can do it if he does so choose. And it was looking pretty strong on that CT side of Overpass as well.
Yeah, Sterling's...
And, you know, just...
Go on, finish.
No. I was letting you go, man. Gentlemen. I'm being a gentleman.
Oh, firm handshake on that one. I was going to say Sterling's had a little bit of a rough one here. Sterling on the AWP. This is where he can certainly make some magic happen. But as we know, it's Order that run that tag. So we'll see. Well, I guess if they're really going to push us into Ancient. Again, kind of give a little bit of a buff for LFO if you do get to Ancient because Apoc's on the roster, but we'll see. Pause comes undone.
Just touch on as well. So Tux was 0 and 9.
Yep.
He's now 11 and 15.
Yep.
So he is activated. He's starting to get his way back. Valiance has finally got the AWP up. So this is basically Order's, I guess, recipe to take it forward. Their prime opportunity. And, you know, it's only going to take sort of that one more round to really fell LFO, get him back to an eco real solid. Because they do have a buy now, but Hazard's unfortunately had to drop down to the Galil to ensure he will have that full belt of utility. Now Vexite hungry again to try and find something. Does manage to wriggle around some of the nade damage, and he gives it back at least onto Licky. Down to 65 now.
Yeah, puts the A1Ss in headshot potential. So, quick one. Got a couple of AKs there for Order to play with as well. Now that the scaffolding smoke has faded, and the flames as well. Vexite has a little bit of spot, sees nobody's home. Kind of surprised that we aren't seeing any of the scaffolding AWP plays as well. You know, we saw LFO love to do that when they were playing internationally recently in the AWP gap of the scaff, but yeah, not really here.
They're just doing well so far, at least to keep LFO at bay. Order doing some solid damage. Tux, though, taking a lot there. Very quick. So 45 seconds. They are starting to set their sights up towards the ramp. They have managed to at least make a little bit more space. Licky with no molly, but there is certainly enough mollies around to clear out the sandbags where Vexite is hiding. Has a smoke.
I would
has
rather
some positioning.
Double grenades instead. That way he can't get out of it. Savage and Apoc both have one. And there's the smoke. So a cost of a molly. Now they know he's there potentially. What do you look to clear? Yep, they're lining up the nades. So this is what I wanted to kind of see first.
Double up. Yep, there it is. But 15 seconds still, Dion. They have to get something moving. Does Tux have any utility to try fend them off? No, he doesn't. Flash over the top. There's one on the Sterling.
Wow.
There's one on the hazr. Tux has woken up. Gyro's here. Can't quite find the stop the defuse, but he does get Savage. Gyro with the flick. Now Tux looking to try and fight this fight onto Apoc. And Tux will get the job done. 3 for Tux, the savior here. 11 rounds now, and Tux, mate, I hope the chat does ease off, because this man is back.
Yeah, how does it go? Vac, I think, is the word in that one. And
just like, man, you know,
word
Tux has been playing... Tux was playing this game internationally, like, 6 years ago, you know, still throw it back. IEM Sydney, 2017. Chiefs versus North. Who won? Chiefs won, that's right. That was Tux's calling, his IGLing back in the day. And, you know, a little bit of a stint back into the cartoon shooter. Now he's back here in CS where I feel like he belongs. So a very nice run back in for him. Now 5 Deags, LFO, you know how good they are on those Deagles, especially Savage. It's been hit some serious shots so far, but at least we've got a tied up scoreline, Dion. You know, it's been a very slow and methodic sort of run. LFO haven't really quite found like a quick round. You know, they've been giving a lot of respect to Order, rather.
He sees the feet.
There he is.
Yep.
1-2. Is he going to be able to get out, though? That'll be the question. Doesn't matter. Does Vexite? Does he have the one tap available to him? Not quite. Savage looking to get on the line. I think Vexite can just wait this time. No more utility to try and clear him out. There we go. Timing. Savage, just one would be enough here, potentially, but he looks to clear out a different angle. Vexite goes for the swing, and he will find it this time round. 3 for Vex. 26 frags, Dion.
Yeah.
Well and truly atop of the server by 9 kills. And look, he wants to keep fighting. He still wants to find more. We will see the investment come back in for LFO, but of course, you know, it's down to the bare bones once more. Potentially an eco onto the other side. If they find a plan, it could be a different story, but you know, Order's done well to keep him off the site these last few rounds.
Yeah, this almost feels like one of those times where it's like Order have found the rhythm of what they need to do on the CT side, and LFO needs to almost get 2 in a row just to try and upset the balance a little bit. If they get one and then Order get the next one back, well, they're still encroaching, you know, on toward that round number 15, round number 16 solidifier to send us into the 3rd map. So whilst LFO are kind of gallivanting around the map time and time again, taking it slow, they're spending too much time doing that, we feel. You know, you talk about LFO not coming out with any haste. Well, they're not coming out with haste nor rounds at the moment. Yeah. So
well, that's
change it up.
It's always that pace changer. Yeah, correct. It's not about rushing. It's not about, you know, trying to just go for the quick play. It's about just something different, something else. It's this slow sort of ramp take, and it's really not been working out. And now Vexite, you know, manages to pop away 2 before Gyra gets one more. Apoc's been taken very low, and he has to choose to fall away now. You know, try and recover his position with Savage. Does have the bomb in hand, so round's not over, but you know, regardless, again, it's just Order who have worked out what LFO are doing, and they've been able to capitalize on it round and round and round. And if we don't see something different from LFO, I don't really know if anything else is going to change without seeing Order walk away to a victory.
It's almost one of these things as well. It's like, how long has this map been in play for? You overlook that corner when there's not even a smoke. It's like, well, yeah.
Well, still winnable. You know, 30 seconds. Savage, again, the man to do it. Vexite, though, watching a very, very slight gap here. Flash over the top. Void. Apoc has actually managed to get out here. So he's just got to try and find the right amount of timing. That's perfect. That utility is awesome. You know, 10 seconds. Bomb drop now. Vexite is looking for his 30. It will be 30 right here. No, not quite. Savage, no time for the bomb plant either. He just might try and do it for the money. Good damage, but you still with the dunk. And that's Order finding 13 rounds here, Dion. An excellent run from them. And just, again, still continuing to roll with the punches, not allowing LFO to get into their heads at all. After going down on the opening map, showing basically nothing on that T side of Overpass, you know, LFO had no respect, was playing all over them. But it looks like Order has managed to at least equalize and just maintain their focus. You know, that's the big thing. Typically after a big series like that, you know, a big opening map where LFO were just looking so strong, it can be so hard to readjust for it. But look at Vexite, he's so hungry. He wants to get this 30 right now. He's going to try and go for it and actually, you know, might overstay him a little bit. 5v4.
Yeah, tossing of weaponry between the squad of LFO as well. HE grenade does a milestone of damage. Softens up a bunch of these players as well. Imagine a secondary nade, take out a couple of them would be quite big. Good timing for APOC, the flames force him up. And there's no trade from the team either. Licky is good for one, but now it's just Sterling and Savage to see if they're going to be able to sleuth their way back in towards this round. Tuck spots out where Sterling is. It's a dink on towards Valiance, however, with the AWP. It's being peppered down, but it don't matter. Order hold down. They find 14, so this now is that last-ditched effort for LFO.
Tux is now out fragging all of LFO. 0 and 9.
CT-sided gamer.
Yeah, CT-sided gamer,
well,
exactly.
You got to remember how CT-sided this map can be as well. Like, just let the tears come to you, dude. Don't need to move.
No, that's it. Or if you're feeling extra spicy, you know, you can get into the T-spawn in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
If you've watched any Furia demos. Good opening start though. Sterling getting the leg shot up onto Ustilo. Made it tough. APOC wants to go through the fire as well. Oh, crossing it. Gyra playing a dangerous fight, but he gets away with it. It's the response that we need. That's what you get for tagging down my boy in Ustilo. And now the LFO offense looking very, very split up all across the map here. Going for another fight. Hazard good on the anti-flash.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful though. Licky knows. But Vexite also. And that's 30. Puts himself up the top. And now once more sits. Oh my god, alright. I was gonna go sits and stays inside the sandbags, but he wants to take the fight instead. Tuck's still alive. That's the main thing. Ustilo, obviously, with the AWP. Tuck's watching towards the side lane.
I find it a little bit, I don't know if concerning is the right word to use here, but I'll use it. Concerning that Vexite's kind of getting away with the same stuff time and time again. You know, sandbags sitting, and there's just no HEs or anything for LFO. They're not putting priority on trying to reveal one location, trying to take out a player relatively freely. But they have managed to get the bomb plant down here. Now the task is denying that defuse.
Still going to be a tough one. LFO think are going to make this look very, very scary. You know, Sterling hasn't exactly had the best of games so far, but, you know, never count the man out. Absolutely ever. Savage also in good position, looking to spray away. Good shot onto Ustilo, but it's only a little cheeky leg again, but the time is ticking so far. They need to try and get onto this defuse, but it's just not happening just yet. Sterling's keeping occupied, and Gyra will be able to find it. I think Ustilo's got enough time. He's done it. What a play. Gyra doing so well, keeping them interested. And you know what that is, Dion? That's map point for order. They have taken it here to try and find our way to a third map in Ancient, and I don't even know who I'd put as the favorite in that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be such a weird one going into that, isn't it? I think we just have to kind of have it as a clean slate and just say, gaming, this is CS, let's just take it as we have it and go along for the ride, because that's what we're doing right now as well, of course. 15 for order, the two AWPs are out for the CTs, and LFO, they're looking to get in front of this util over towards the ramp. Now there's another CT playing at the sandbags. LFO, no. They don't have the HE grenades to be able to take them out, though. So they have to put a little bit of the pressure on toward the ramp. Tux is going to be coming down that ramp because the eyes of LFO were at Vexite. They kind of still need to be, because he is lurking around the scaffolding. And there you go. We've seen him.
Oh, I didn't even notice that Vexite tried to go back in for that fight. Certainly not a time to do it. You know, can't get too scrappy at this point in time. Now, Gyra also playing a dangerous game. Of course, a primary AWPer in previous rosters of his own. Now on the sticks, now on the IGL roll. Oh, Jesus, they are going for some seriously dicey fights here, Order. But they're hungry, they want it so badly. But LFO at the exact same merit. They're scared, they're playing cautious. All grouped up on towards this ramp, and there's Ustilo, one and done over the top, but he's still alive. Somehow still kicking, but he goes for another fight. He's been punished. This is getting crazy right now. And it's a double AWP retake. Valiance, Gyra, will he even find one? 2 members low. Sterling goes for the fight and finds it. And now it's all on the Valiance in a 1 versus 4. And I don't like his position at all, but that nade could be big. It's not quite, doesn't go the way it needs to. And despite having 3 low members of LFO, they stay alive with 4. And Jesus, Order have to be careful. If they let this slip, if they don't close it now, there's a chance where LFO find this way back in a financial position.
Yeah, potentially so. And if we go into the overtime as well, you know, it gives a little bit of a reprieve towards LFO after, you know, not being able to really find anything on the C side. If they get 3 rounds, and then, you know, they get a little bit of a chance back at the CT side, if they're able to capitalize on that and then get back onto towards that T and just close it out, then the series will be done and dusted. But for Order, again, you know, they have to win this. There's no doubt. LFO will be given another chance over on Ancient, which we've already seen them play today. And they're looking pretty good on it. But they picked Ancient in the last series, right? Yeah, they did.
Okay. So a much slower paced round this time. A lot of scrap. But I'm feeling for poor Ustillo right now, right? How many times have they gone B? Little to none. Tuck's managing to find APOC though, which is a huge win in that position. Molly will send them packing as well. Vexite also forced away. It's a little bit of an equalizer here. Vexite wants to self-flash his way in, and he does actually manage to find the space, but there's the leg. The boost. They're going for it. They're looking over the top though. Vexite. Oh, geez, the leg shot. Chaos.
Remove the medal.
Hazard tagged up. Everything's going on right now, Dion.
Remove the medal.
Yeah.
That's information, and that's a map object getting in your way. That's silly. But I guess
So
it's just shots in that regard. Hey.
Do we get it done? Is this a closer? Is this a opportunity again for LFO to find back? Tux actually sleeps away. 15 seconds. They have to get moving now. Where's the bomb? It's in the hands of Licky. Great pick up there from Savage. So they do manage to bring it down to a 4-on-4. It's only just 10 seconds left, but 2 kits.
Oh.
No utility outside of that smoke.
Do you just save if you're
So
Order?
awkward.
Or
Yeah, I don't know. Look at the decision making there.
Yeah, give it like
you can tell they're
3
just
more
so hesitant
seconds.
all the way across.
Well, they got no utility now, nothing to get onto water. It's going to be the deep smoke, so there's a lot of pressure on Licky first here. Dodges out that flash, and now it's just clotheslining if he potentially could. But, oh my lord, you still owe Vexite a defuse stick. I think this is damage. I think it's 16-12 coming on out. They denied it. Savage got it through the smoke. He stopped it, and the timing as well works out that LFO are still going to hold on. Oh, knife. Oh, never mind. What?
Are you... The winner goes to Dallas.
See, this is the part that gets clipped from this stream, and it's titled AUCS
exactly.
LUL.
Correct. Oh, you can just see it though. Like, it's just the chaos, the pressure that both these teams are feeling.
Yeah.
Like, you could just see it in camp order. Like, was there one call? Was there one decision to be made just then? Like, you couldn't tell if they wanted to go for it, if they wanted to save, who was making the decisions there. And then in the end, they do fight in back for it, but stopping the defuse there, massive. It's now just the hero warp. And Vexite's found an opener. Ustillo's got another. Surely this is not the round they win here, Dion.
Oh, that's a USP.
You are joking. You are joking. That's a USP. That's not allowed. Goodbye, Sterling. You will be missed sorely, as I will put my hand up here to pay my respects. That's a victory going the way of Order, and it happens like that, Dion. I don't like this game sometimes, but I love it as well because it's excellent, and that's exactly how these things should be happening. But there you go, 16-13 map number